and I'm delighted to be joined by not only the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, but the first ever father and son duo to achieve that status. It is, of course, the legendary Rey Mysterio Jr. and his son, Dominik. How are you doing, fellas?
Very good.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, of course, man. Of course. What a moment, right? Like, let's just jump right into it, guys. You're winning the tag titles. Is it one of those things where, like, as soon as, and I'm Ray, I'm thinking for you here, right? As soon as Dominik's coming up, you're thinking, that would be pretty cool. Like, you know, it hasn't been done before, and it was in your mind. And Dominik must be in the same for you too, man. Like, Dad's still around. Could get this done.
Amazing to even just talk about it and think that one day we could share the ring together, and we might even get opportunities to wrestle for the tag team titles. You know, I said that would be incredible. And then we kind of sort of talked about it, like, I don't think there's ever been a father and son as tag team champions. So we would be the first, literally. Sure enough, you know, that moment came last Sunday, and we are the first ever father and son tag team champions. Incredible.
Dominik, for you, man, like, what kind of a thrill was it really just to have, I mean, we could talk about the moment because obviously it's cool, right? But I mean, when it actually happens and now you've got those pictures forever and all of that stuff, like, to achieve it so young, man, must be wild.
Honestly, it really is. It's just what a blessing, you know, to be able to share the ring and share, you know, that moment, and to be the first ever father-son SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It's just, you know, I still get goosebumps just talking about it. Like, it's absolutely crazy, and I'm blessed and very thankful for the opportunities, you know.
We all know how much Vince McMahon loves making history. I'm going to imagine he loved the idea the second he heard
it. I'm sure it did.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I mean, do you know one thing about that, though? We've just heard that today from WWE themselves that fans are coming back in July, which is awesome. Was there not, like, the temptation from, I don't know, these are probably decisions above for your heads and stuff, but man, if we could have had it at WrestleMania with the fans or with the fans down the line, that would have made it so much more special. I think that would have been a huge moment.
Oh, we thought about it personally between father and son. This would be a moment that we can celebrate in front of fans. You know, obviously the opportunity was beforehand, and now we just wait anxiously to be able to perform in front of fans come July. You know, that's something that I've been craving for the longest time. It feels like a long period that we haven't had any fans inside the arenas. Although it does help to have the sound of the fans. And I was one of the first, if not the first match on Raw at the time that had silent. It was completely dead. It felt like an audition for a wrestling movie. You know, and that was very weird. So I just can't wait to get back on the road and start hearing the ovation of the fans chanting the 619, and for my son to feel that experience for the first time.
Yeah, man. Well, that's the thing, right, Dom? You've come at this crazy time, and what a rise you've had, but you haven't had the fans yet. And just judging by social media and all those kind of metrics, it seems like they'll be excited to see you once you do get in front of them.
Hopefully, man, that would be absolutely great. You know, I debuted during the pandemic era, so I got used to my first match was the debut of the pay-per-view SummerSlam at the ThunderDome. So I started off with, you know, the virtual fans. So I got a little bit of taste of that at WrestleMania when we had WrestleMania. Yeah, right. I went to WrestleMania, and I got walking in, you know, I got a little bit of that crowd reaction. So I'm definitely looking forward to having fans back.
Yeah, lest we forget, you nailed a 619 on Brock Lesnar in front of fans.
Yeah, let's not
forget these things. You know, also, man, when I'm thinking about you two, I remember speaking to Dominik after his debut. I think it was ahead of your debut actually at SummerSlam. And you were saying that Rey was very kind of coy on the Seth Rollins plans. You didn't really know what was happening until your dad just dropped it on you in the car, maybe. Rey, man, like in the build up to that, obviously it turned out amazing, as you would have thought. But like, I guess there's a part of you putting your trust in Seth and that whole process within the story. Like, how delighted were you with how it all turned out?
Oh, incredibly delighted. The opportunity, like you said, happened out of nowhere. I mean, the story was, of course, with my family. but I'm the one that speaks for the family. So I was thinking Seth versus Ray, SummerSlam, and when they hit me with that curveball, I brought it up to Dom, and Dom said, "Yeah, I'll take it." But he thought I was messing around.
I'll take it.
No, it was him. He was the one that needed to face Seth. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity on behalf of WWE with Vince. These are moments that, as the first ever father and son tag team champion, this will also go down in history in a way. The fact that Dominik debuted on one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, SummerSlam, against Seth Rollins. Seth, I tip my mask off to him for his guidance, for the trust and Dominik to be able to go out there and perform. Not anyone takes a match like that and goes out on one of the biggest pay-per-views once again and has full trust and faith. So it was a very emotional moment. I was a wreck going into that match. My nerves were just going all over the place. My anxiety, everything. You can only imagine seeing your son for the first time. First impression always count. If not, they are the most important ones. So I was just hoping that Dom was able to pull this off, and he did. He surprised me, and I believe the whole world.
Oh, without a doubt, man, without a doubt. Speaking of a family affair, there was a time where all four of you were on TV for an extended period of time. And Leah, is she going to be involved more, do you think, in wrestling moving forward? What's her ideas, do we think?
So she enjoyed it very much. Even as a little girl, when she would appear on TV. Mm-hmm. We can't forget the CM Punk "Happy Birthday" song. Yeah, that was incredible. And she's been getting the feel of this business at certain times. She hasn't asked the question, but it's funny you asked that, because my wife just asked me a couple of days ago. She goes, "What would you say if your daughter came at you and said, 'Dad, I want to become a wrestler'?" I said, I would be the first one to train her. I said, just like I did with Dom. Like, "No, you wouldn't." I said, "Yes, I would. I would have backed her up 100%, but she would still have to continue with her school, because she wants to be part of the medical field. So she's working really hard at that right now." But it would be a different experience, but I would be supportive 1,000%.
That's how it always works, man. The mum tests the waters. You know how it works.
Who knows? Maybe she already asked mom and she didn't tell me anything. She's testing it with me, right?
That's what I'm saying. You know how it goes. The final one here, man. I know I've been very grateful for your time, and I know we haven't got too long. Future plans here. There feels to me there is so much for you two to accomplish, like as a team or rivals down the road, in any kind of capacity, right? There's a lot of story to tell there. I'm even thinking, the Usos are back on SmackDown, the Mysterios are there. Like, there's a lot. So as a tag team, down the road as well, do you both envisage maybe facing each other, Dom having a mask, a WrestleMania moment? Is that as a tag team? Is it singles? What do you two, what stories would you love to tell, I guess? I know that's a really broad question, but there's so much that you could do.
I'll let you answer, because I know you wanted to, you were speaking about all the tag team.
Yeah. So I believe as of now, our minds are set on defending the titles. My dad has always said, you're not a champion until you win your first title defense. So with that being said, I think, like you said, the Usos are on SmackDown, even though they're having their thing right now. But, there's the Alpha Academy. We can't forget about the Dirty Dogs. It's only right to give them the first shot back. Even if we make it down the road in Survivor Series, there's, the New Day, Kofi and Xavier. That'd be an awesome match. Or even Omos and AJ.
Wow,
and the Street Profits. We can't forget about the Street Profits. There's just so many options out there. But I think first things first is defending on the giant bulls that we have on our backs now.
And we have to learn more about each other, as a team. I think the more we get to work, the more we're gonna can connect and show that to the fans that we are father and son, and this works because there's a beautiful chemistry here that is unlike any other team.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us in the UK here today on Talk Wrestling. Final thing, Ray, man, Dominik in a mask one day, yes or no?
Yes, I think he definitely has to earn it, and he's already gotten a bunch of points for me. I remember the first day I was given, or I had earned the name Rey Mysterio Jr. was from my uncle. I did about 3 years wrestling as a hummingbird, thinking that I would never become Rey Mysterio. And one day my uncle just surprised me and presented me with the mask. And from that moment on, I carried on with the Rey Mysterio legacy. So I believe Dominik is in the path to earning the name, you know, and the mask, which comes with the name.
1000%. So pleased for you guys. Obviously, massive fans of you both. The story is there and you're killing it right now. Can't wait to see what else you guys are going to do on SmackDown. And when fans return this summer. Can't wait, man. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it.